Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we are going to be talking about Logan. And for those who don't know, this is going to be Hugh Jackman's last portrayal as Logan slash Wolverine, or at least they said it's his last one he's going to do. So here we go. This movie takes place in the future. I believe it's 2029, sometime in there, and it concentrates on Logan, and he's old. He's not healing like he used to, and he's not doing very well. He's kind of taking care of Professor X, and Professor X, he's also sick because he also needs medicine because otherwise he can hurt people because he has I can't remember what disease he has, but point is, he needs help. And somewhere along the lines, he meets this one girl, and her name is Laura, and he doesn't talk until we get into the third act, but from the first two acts, she's basically quiet the entire time, and that's another thing you should probably keep in mind. And people are chasing after Laura, and now Wolverine is going to have to help out. Now, what did I like about this movie? First off, the performances are all great in this movie. Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, I believe this is how you pronounce your name, Defin King. I'll put the name right here. And basically, everyone in this movie is fantastic in this movie. Hugh Jackman, he gives a great last performance as Logan. There's not really much else to say. But this movie, when I say certain things, it might sound like it's not going to be too well, but when you're watching the movie, it works really well, actually. For instance, there's a scene in this movie where his claws are not coming out all the way. Like one of his claws not coming out all the way, and he has to just pull it out. He's on the trailer, and it kind of shows that Logan's getting kind of rusty, and he's not really playing Wolverine. He's taking up a full-time job as a driver, and he just drives people around. He's basically not the character we used to know, but as the story progresses along, it does get to the point where it's just a huge character arc. And by the way, no spoilers in this video. Also, let's get this out of the way. The action in this movie is dirty and bloody, and it's kind of like Deadpool. For those who don't know, Deadpool is pretty much the first superhero movie in a while to be rated R. And it's an X-Men related movie that's rated R. But Logan is also rated R, and there's a lot of blood, and people are getting limbs chopped off, and people are dying brutally. It basically doesn't hold back when it goes rated R. It kind of shows you everything you would want to see in a movie like this. Also, one thing you need to know is this movie isn't so much like an action-packed movie where it's just blood everywhere, and if you're going into that, I think you'll probably be disappointed because it's more of a drama. And a lot of people say this is like The Dark Knight. I wouldn't say it's The Dark Knight of Wolverine movies. I would say it's The Dark Knight Rises of X-Men movies. And without spoiling anything, there are some elements in this movie that echo Dark Knight Rises, and I thought that was a really good direction to take this movie because you don't really see that often. And I'm not saying it's ripping off Dark Knight Rises. I'm just saying that it uses those elements from that movie to use in this movie. And while you think that it's not going to work, it actually really works in this movie. As far as issues that go with this movie, I only really have two. The second act gets a little repetitive because it's basically road trip after road trip after road trip, and our characters are keep moving, and it's very well told the way it's portrayed, but it just feels repetitive, like it doesn't really have anything to offer until we get to the third act. And my second issue with the movie is in the climax of the movie, the final battle you saw in the trailer, and well, I guess technically, but it takes place in a forest, and the score they were using didn't really work for me. Yeah, I thought it could have been better, but to be honest, those are the only issues I could find in this movie. This is a brutal film. It's a drama. It's sad. It pushes the characters very far. It also looks great. The cinematography makes it look like a post-apocalyptic wasteland, but it's not. It's just the location they're at that makes it feel that way. And there are bits of humor spread out in this movie, but they're few and far between, and I'm not sure if it's fewer and far between or far and few between. It's one of those, but there's not a lot of humor in this movie because that's not the main focus of the film. So, in the end, I would highly recommend seeing Logan. And definitely do not take your kids with you to see this movie because it's not for them. But if you're fine with blood, you're fine with people getting limbs cut off or arms, people dying in brutal ways, then go see this movie because I'm going to give Logan an A. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry this review is up late, but better late than never. So I'll try to get my next review up when it actually comes out and when I see it. So, and it's going to be most likely for Kong Skull Island. Look forward to that. Don't forget to like this video. Post your thoughts on Logan down in the comments below. Oh, don't forget to subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And until next time, guys, I'll get my next review up soon. And have a great day.